All units, mount up.
Hey, good evening. Sister Marie, Random, Wizard, Elusive. How are you guys doing? And we've definitely got a long show ahead of us. Stars, Ohio, how are you ladies doing? Make sure you have your drinks and a snack. Glad to hear, Wiz. And I want to go ahead and say this is not to frighten anyone. This is to try to help everyone prepare. Hey, Carbon Q, how are you? Welcome. Today we talking nuclear, Wiz. I'm gonna just go over some things. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Y'all know how I am. I try to give it a few minutes and let some people get in here before I get started. Hey, Candle, how are you? I also have some videos lined up to share with y'all. That's actually totally off subject, but I thought they were. There's one that's funny as I'll get out, and then there's one that I really enjoyed. And have y'all seen where the car from Smokey and the Bandit has joined the trucker convoy? I'm doing good. No, sir. Not mainstream media. I will tell y'all where I got it from as I go through. And the truck of Maximum Overdrive with the Joker face on it has also joined the convoy. I seen that and I like fell out the chair laughing. I thought that was funny. But I could just imagine be going down the road and see that thing coming. Oh my lord. I definitely try, Sister Marie. I definitely try. Right, stars? I hear you there, Ohio. I know you would have loved to. I would love just to be able to witness it, but unfortunately they aren't coming this far. Miss Monique, how are you? Oh wow, Ohio. You still need to send us that video. Hey Susanna, how are you, hon? I do have an announcement. Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern. Y'all know anytime I mention time on my channel, it is Eastern unless otherwise specified. Um, I will be doing a ladies only panel. Um, Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Monique. Oh, I imagine so, Ohio. But the ladies panel will be kind of like Native was doing with the guys. I mean, he had some of the ladies in too with I'll think of the name of it in a minute. But I will be giving the ladies situations for like shit hits the fan situations and getting their take on it. I have spoke with Native, and Native thought it was an awesome idea. You know, to get the ladies' perspectives. Honestly, I can't wait for it either, Candle. Oh, take your time, Monique. It is stars. It's like I told Native, you know, we have a completely different outlook on things than men do. It's not to put the men down or anything like that. And guys, don't forget the Canimals tomorrow night on Sophia's channel. I know Native will has said that he will be there. I know Sophia and Milkmaid, and I'm not sure. Probably Virginia will be there, and Sister Marie and Susanna. So definitely make sure to stop by and show them some love. But all right. Hey Nikki, how are you, hon? Oh, you'll be canning tomorrow? Awesome, Susanna. Excuse me. I should already had this set up so I wouldn't have to take the time to do it after I went live. Shame on me. Thank you for dropping that link, Ohio. Much appreciated. And for those that hadn't heard, when we hit 200 subs, I will be doing a giveaway. I will be bringing up my other one so I can share the information with y'all. Boy, that looks really weird. But okie dokie. Well, if it's on do. Righto ho. Alright, let's see if it's on do. I don't reckon it's on let me share. Oh, there we go. Alright. As y'all can see, this comes from Wikipedia. Like I said, this is not to cause fear. I am by no means a nuclear expert. This is try to give people ideas on how to prepare in the event that this might happen. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying it won't. Because I do not have a crystal ball. By no means I wish I did, but I don't. And before I start this video I want to share with y'all, I'll share the videos after I get done. Because I'll be confused myself. But, like I said, this comes from Wikipedia. So take that as you will. Alright. A nuclear weapon, also known as an atom bomb, atomic bomb, nuclear bomb, or nuclear warhead. And Kulawiki, however you say that word, as a bomb or nuke, is an explosive device that derives its destructive force from nuclear reactions, either fission or a combination of fission and fusion reactions, thermonuclear bomb. Both bomb types release large quantities of energy from relatively small amounts of matter. The first test of a fission atomic bomb released an amount of energy approximately approximately equal to 20,000 tons of TNT. The first thermonuclear hydrogen bomb test released energy approximately equal to 10 million tons of TNT. Nuclear bombs have yields between 10 tons TNT, the W54, and 50 megatons for the Tsar Bomba, a thermonuclear weapon weighing as little as 600 pounds. Hey Tiger, how are you, hon? A nuclear device no larger than a conventional bomb can devastate an entire city by blast, fire, and radiation, since they are weapons of MD, because you know we're not supposed to say that. Hey, Miss Sharon, how are you? The proliferation of nuclear weapons is a focus of international relations public policy. Nuclear weapons have been deployed twice or more by the U.S. against the Japanese city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Welcome back, Random. Testing and development. Nuclear weapons have only twice been used in war, both times by the U.S. against Japan. Near the end of World War II, on August 6, 1945, the U.S. Hang on. Okay, that was enough to scare the fuck out of anybody. Sorry. I heard the EBS go off on the TV. Okay, on August 6, 1945, the U.S. Army Air Forces detonated a uranium gun type fission bomb nicknamed Little Boy over the Japanese city of Hiroshima. 3 days later, on August 9th, the U.S. Army Air Forces detonated a plutonium implosion type fission bomb nicknamed Fat Man over the Japanese city of Nagasaki. These bombings caused injuries that resulted in the deaths of approximately 200,000 civilians and military personnel. Hey Keith, how are you, hon? The ethics of these bombings and their role in Japan's surrender are subjects of debate. Since the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, nuclear weapons have been detonated over 2,000 times for testing and demonstration. Only a few nations possess such weapons or are suspected of seeking them. The only countries known to have detonated nuclear weapons and acknowledged possessing them are chronologically by date of first test. The US, the Soviet Union seceded as a nuclear power by Russia, the United Kingdom, France, China, India, Pakistan, and North Korea. Israel is believed to possess nuclear weapons, though in a policy of deliberate ambiguity. It does not acknowledge having them. Germany, Italy, Turkey, Belgium, and the Netherlands are nuclear weapons sharing states. South Africa is the only country to have independently developed and then renounced and dismantled its nuclear weapons. Yvonne Eric, how are you, hon? The Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons aims to reduce the spread of nuclear weapons, but its effectiveness has been questioned. Modernization of weapons continue to this day. And then it goes on to talk about the two basic different types of nuclear weapons, which is fission and fusion, in which most of us learned about that back when we were in school. And in my opinion, to be able to properly research what you need to do, prepare for, you really and truly need to know, you know, why you're preparing or what it is you're preparing for. Let me catch back up with chat here while that's loading. Alright, this actually comes from ready.gov nuclear explosion. Hey Grace, how are you? Glad to see you. I was actually going to do this as a video, but with the amount of information that I have on this, the video would have wound up being so long. So I figured, why not make it alive? I do suggest y'all look this up, and if you have the means to print it off, especially, what you need to do in the event that this does happen, if it happens. Right, Candle? I mean, there's pictures, you can Google it, of what people and the animals look like after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We had a big influx of people. Hey guys, how's everybody doing that's coming in? Bug Dude! Sup? The man that keeps me on my toes. Alright, like I said, this comes from ready.gov. You can actually find a lot of good information. Over here on the right, it has disasters and emergencies, and it goes through lists including, bioterrorism, chemical emergency, cybersecurity, all the way down to your natural disasters like earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, fires, stuff like that. Excuse me. Nuclear explosions can cause significant damage and casualties from blast, heat, and radiation, but you can keep your family safe by knowing what to do and being prepared if it occurs. Welcome back, Monique. A nuclear weapon is a device that uses a nuclear reaction to create an explosion. Nuclear devices range from small portable device carried by an individual to a weapon carried by a missile. A nuclear explosion may occur with or without a few minutes warning. Fallout is most dangerous in the first few hours after the detonation when it is giving off the highest levels of radiation. It takes time for fallout to arrive back to the ground, often more than 15 minutes for areas outside of the immediate blast damage zones. This is enough time for you to be able to prevent significant radiation exposure by following these simple steps. Get inside the nearest building to avoid radiation. Brick or concrete are best. Remove contaminated clothing and wipe off or wash unprotected skin. If you were outside after the fallout arrived, hand sanitizer does not protect against fallout. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth if possible. Do not use disinfectant wipes on your skin. Stars, unfortunately, unless I go to like my church or something like that, I'm stuck in a mobile home. So definitely feel better. Right, Keith? Yeah, Grace, it's pretty much been said that they're all on back order. I know I've got some that's supposed to be delivered, I want to say the 21st. Nope, that it won't, Stars. That it will not. Go to the basement or middle of the building. Stay away from the outer walls and roof. Try to maintain a distance of at least 6 feet between yourself and people who are not part of your household. I wonder why they say that. If possible, wear a mask if you're sheltering with people who are not part of your household. Children under 2 years old, people who have trouble breathing, and those who are unable to remove masks on their own should not wear them. Stay inside for 24 hours unless local authorities provide other instructions. Continue to practice social distancing by wearing a mask and keeping a distance of at least 6 feet between yourself and people who are not part of your household. How many more times are they going to say that? Can somebody tell me? You think so elusive? You don't think it's due to the coof? Right, stars? Bug dude, I'm coming to your house. I agree, Monique. Right, elusive. You know, Grace, I've actually heard that that don't really work. They've tested it on like different things, and the microwaves actually did not work. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. And definitely do not try a refrigerator. Refrigerators do not work. Families should stay where they are inside, reunite later to avoid exposure to dangerous radiation. Keep your pets inside. Tune in to any media available for official information, such as when it is safe to exit and where you should go. Battery operated and hand crank radios will function after a nuclear detonation. Cell phone, text messaging, television, and internet services may be disrupted or unavailable. How to stay safe in the event of a nuclear explosion. Identify shelter locations. Let's see, where was that at? I want to show y'all something. Let's see. This is, y'all see this? This is in the U.S., which I'm sure that these places that have them that, you know, is not on the map. Hey, Shift Kicker, how are you? But guys, you have one up here. You have one here. You have one here, which is a school. You have two right here. I'm talking about just about on top of each other. You have one here, which is called Art 2. And then you have one here. And that's not including the government bunkers. Stars, I think I'll make a trip to my courthouse next week and maybe go talk to our local GEMA operator, head guy, whatever you want to call him. But I mean, that's crazy. And there's none nowhere near me. Identify shelter locations. Identify the best shelter location near where you spend a lot of time, such as work, home, and school. The best locations are underground and in the middle of larger buildings. While commuting, identify appropriate shelters to seek in the event of a detonation. Due to COOF, many places you may pass on the way to and from work may be closed or may not have regular operating hours. I mean, definitely, keep an eye out. People are still so scared of this thing that has such a high survival rate till it's not funny. And it drives me nuts. I hear you there, Stars. Right, Monique? Outdoor areas, vehicles, mobile homes do not provide adequate shelter. Look for basements or the center of large multi-story buildings. Make sure you have an emergency supply kit for places you frequent and might have to stay for 24 hours. It should include bottled water, packaged foods, emergency medicines, a hand cranked or battery powered radio to get information in case power is out, a flashlight, and extra batteries for essential items. If possible, store supplies for 3 or more days. Native, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Let's see. If you are able to set aside items like soap, hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol, disinfecting wipes, and general household cleaning supplies that you can use to disinfect surfaces you touch regularly. After a flood, you may not have access to these supplies for days or even weeks. Keep in mind each person's specific needs, including medication. Don't forget the needs of pets. Obtain extra batteries and charging devices for phones and other critical equipment. Being prepared allows you to avoid unnecessarily excursions and to address minor medical issues at home, alleviating the burden on urgent care centers and hospitals. Remember that not everyone can afford to respond by stocking up on necessities. For those who can afford it, making essential purchases and slowly building up supplies in advance will allow for longer time periods between shopping trips. This helps to protect those who are unable to procure essentials in advance of the pandemic. The pandy. Yep, that's it. The pandy. We on go with that. Right, Bug? Just the bare essentials. No, you seen that right, Stars. I was thinking the exact same thing. And must shop more frequently. In addition, consider avoiding weak labeled products so that those who rely on these products can access them. Survive during. If warned of an imminent attack, immediately get inside the nearest building and move away from windows. This will help provide protection from the blast, heat, and radiation of the detonation. Hey Lala, how are you? When you have reached a safe place, try to maintain a distance of at least 6 feet. There's them words again. Between yourself and people who are not part of your household. If possible, wear a mask. If you're sheltering with people who are not part of your household, children under 2 years old, people who have trouble breathing, and those who are unable to remove masks of their own should not wear them. If you are outdoors when a detonation occurs, take cover from the blast behind anything that might offer protection. Lie face down to protect exposed skin from the heat and flying debris. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth if possible. If you're in a vehicle, stop safely and duck down within the vehicle. Right, Miss Sharon? After the shock wave passes, get inside the nearest best shelter location for protection from potential fallout. You will have 10 minutes or more to find an adequate shelter. Be inside before the fallout arrives. The highest outdoor radiation levels from fallout occur immediately after the fallout arrives and decreases with time. Right, Susanna? Never fear the reaper. I agree. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head. Thanks. Which is a good song, don't get me wrong. Stay tuned for updated instructions from emergency response officials. Okay, what happened? There we go. If you have evacuated, do not return until you are told it's safe to do so by local officials. Make plans to stay with friends or family in case of evacuation. Keep in mind that public shelter locations may have changed due to COOF. Check with local authorities to determine which public shelters are open. If you are told by authorities to evacuate to a public shelter, try to bring items that can help protect yourself and your family from COOF, such Lord help. Such as hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol, cleaning materials, 2 masks per person, children under 2, people who have trouble breathing, and people who cannot remove masks on their own should not wear them. Review the CDC's guidelines. Be safe immediately after you are inside the shelter if you have been outside after the fallout arrived. Remove your outer layer of contaminated clothing to remove fallout and radiation from your body. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth if possible. Take a shower or wash with soap and water to remove fallout from any skin or hair that was not covered. If you cannot wash or shower, use a wipe or clean wet cloth To wipe any skin or hair that was not covered. Hand sanitizer does not protect against fallout. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth if possible. Do not use disinfectant wipes on your skin. Prepper 101, what's up? I in what 2 months now? Clean any pets that were outside after the fallout arrived. Gently brush your pet's coat to remove any fallout particles and wash your pet with soap and water if available. If it is safe to eat or drink packaged food, wait a minute, it is safe to eat or drink packaged food items or items that were inside a building. Do not consume food or liquids that were outdoors, uncovered, and may be contaminated by fallout. Candle, what I would do would be grab everything I could and go to the school. I mean, that's just me. Right, Monique? Oh, Lord. Now natives dreaming about 101's mother in law. Oh, Lord help. Okay, if you're sick or injured, listen for instructions on how and where to get medical attention. 130s tell you it is safe to exit. If you're sick and need medical attention, contact your healthcare provider for instructions. If you are at a public shelter, immediately notify the staff at the facility so they can call a local hospital or clinic. If you're experiencing a medical emergency, call 911 and let the operator know if you have or think you might have the cough. If you can, put on a mask before help arrives. Engage virtually with your community through video and phone calls. Know that it's normal to feel anxious or stressed. Take care of your body and talk to someone if you're feeling upset. Many people may already feel fear and anxiety about the cough. The threat of a nuclear explosion can add additional stress. No shit, Sherlock. Follow CDC guidance for managing stress during a traumatic event and managing stress during the cough. Hazards related to nuclear explosions. Bright flash can cause temporary blindness for less than a minute. Blast wave can cause death, injury, and damage to structures several miles out from the blast. Radiation can damage cells of the body. Large exposures can cause radiation sickness. Fire and heat can cause death, burn injuries, and damage to structures several miles out. EMP can damage electrical power equipment and electronics several miles out from the detonation and can cause temporary disruptions further out. Fallout is radioactive, visible dirt and debris raining down from several miles up that can cause sickness to those who are outside. Hey, Mountain Grandma, how are you, hon? I hadn't seen you in a while. Right, 101. All right. This is from FDA.gov. Radiological and nuclear emergency preparedness information from the FDA. I'm glad to hear, Mountain Grandma. I agree, Sister Marie. Hey, FDA and other agencies work hard every day to help prepare the nation for potential threats. Everyone can be involved in disaster readiness by learning more about different types of emergencies and creating an emergency supply kit and family emergency plan. September 21st, 2021, FDA deactivated Import Alert 93-33IA that has targeted certain food products from Japanese prefectures, Japan's equivalent of a U.S. state located near the damaged Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant since 2011. FDA will continue communication and collaboration with the government of Japan to monitor and ensure the safety of food products exported from Japan to the U.S. as it has since the days following the 2011 disaster. April 14th, 2021, FDA updated the page. Response to these words are killing me. Fukushima nuclear facility incident. With new information after the government of Japan announced it has decided to discharge into the ocean the wastewater that is currently being stored on site at the Daiichi plant nuclear power plant. January 2021. FDA approved a treatment to increase survival in adults. Which, mostly that part is about food. Fast facts about radiation emergencies from the CDC and prevention. During a radiation emergency, the most important steps you can take are to get inside or take shelter. Stay inside to reduce your exposure to radiation and stay tuned for further instructions on what to do. Then it shows a couple of videos links to videos you can go to, and then it talks about the potassium iodide, specifically blocks of the uptake of radioactive iodine into the thyroid gland. Only take Ki on the advice of a medical doctor, public health, or emergency management officials. Taking too much Ki or taking Ki when it's not recommended can have serious health risks. Hmm. I have to check that out, Mountain Grandma. I got the tablets coming. I got, I think, 2 bottles. Then it talks about the FDA's critical role in protecting the U.S. from chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and emerging the infectious disease threats. Native, how much longer she got before she has the baby? I've been meaning to ask you. Guys, how in the hell is it 10 minutes till 8? Facilitating the development and availability of medical. Oh, I hope she has him on May 11th. Tell her to shoot for May 11th, Native. That's my birthday. No, May's a good month. It really is. That can be used to diagnose, prevent, protect them, or treat conditions, including those that result from radiation exposure. It also gives links. Awesome, Native. Ensuring the safety and security of FDA regulated products that may be impacted or used respond to public health emergencies. This includes ensuring food safety and medical product safety when manufacturing facilities are in an area impacted by a disaster. Working with medical product sponsors to clarify regulatory and data requirements necessary to rapidly advance development of products essential to supporting response efforts, protecting consumers against fraudulent products. Unfortunately, during emergency situations, fraudulent products claiming to prevent, treat, or cure conditions associated with the emergency almost always appear for sale. The FDA monitors for fraudulent products and false product claims related to radiation and nuclear protection and takes appropriate action to protect consumers. We all know the FDA is always there to protect us, right? All right. Well, Natives here, I believe it was Native that was asking about the Geneva um, Convention and what it states for the nuclear missiles. I actually looked it up. In 1996, the International Court of Justice, IJC. Wait a minute, that's not the one. Hang on, let me go up. Let me find it. There it is. The Geneva Convention Protocol 1977 prohibits attacks on civilians and methods of warfare which are intended or may be anticipated to cause widespread, long-term, and severe damage to the natural environment. The inherent impossibility of distinguishing between civilian and military targets, and the obvious fact that the use of nuclear weapons will result in a massive number of casualties in a wide area clearly renders the use or threat of a nuclear weapon system illegal. It is clear that the use of Trident would result in a massive number of casualties across a wide area. It's right here on cnduk.org. The use of nuclear weapons would generally breach all of the following declarations and conventions. Declaration of St. Petersburg, 1868, because of unnecessary suffering would be caused and there would be no avoidance of minimizing of incidental loss of life. Hagi, however you say that, Convention 1907, because unnecessary suffering will be caused and there will be no guarantee of the inviolability of neutral nations. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948, because long lasting radioactive contamination would interfere with innocent people's right to life and health. Geneva Convention 1949, because protection of the wounded, sick, the infirm, expectant mothers, civilian hospitals, and healthcare workers would not be insured. The protocols additional to the Geneva Conventions 1977, because there would be massive incidental losses of civilian lives and widespread long-term and severe damage to the environment. Then it goes on to talk about Trident replacement and whatnot. But I knew that I had heard the question asked about the Geneva Convention, so I did look it up. So I wanted to let y'all know. And like I said, I thought it was Native that asked, but I wasn't sure. So, in answer to the question that was asked about nuclear arms and the Geneva Convention, it would be against Geneva law. Yeah, if the food and water is inside, it's okay. But I would definitely keep it in the same room as I was in. Definitely, Miss Sharon. This is back. We're back to Wikipedia. Government emergency government headquarters. I completely agree, Monique. Emergency Emergency Government Headquarters is the name given for a system of nuclear fallout shelters built by the Government of Canada in the 1950s and 1960s as part of continuity of government planning at the height of the Cold War, situated at strategic locations across the country. Apparently, I clicked on the wrong one, so Monique, it's a good thing you're in here. Okie dokie. Situated at strategic locations across the country, the largest of these shelters are popularly referred to as Diefenbunkers, a nickname coined by the federal politicians during the early 1960s. The nickname was derived from the last name of the Prime Minister of the day, John Diefenbaker, who authorized their construction. Over 50 facilities were built along several designs for various classes of services. I don't blame you, Monique. Thank you, Stars. I'll try. But, I mean, we all know that the U.S. has their own system of bunkers. Raven Rock, Mount Weather, a whole bunch of them. Right, Lala? Alright, come on. I figured while we were on the subject, I'd give y'all a little information on the the Trident missiles as well as the ICBMs. The Trident missile is a submarine launched ballistic missile (SLBM) equipped with multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. Originally developed by Lockheed Missiles and Space Corporation, the missile is armed with the thermonuclear warheads and is launched from nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. Trident missiles are carried by 14 United States Navy Ohio-class submarines with American warheads, as well as 4 Royal Navy Vanguard-class submarines with British warheads. The missile is named after the mythological Trident of Neptune. Stars, a lot of shelters will not. I'll be completely upfront and honest with you. And that's sad. It's very, very sad. In 1971, the U.S. Navy began studies of an advanced undersea long-range missile system. A decision coordinating paper for the ULMS was approved on 14th September 1971. ULMS program outlined a long-term modernization plan, which proposed the development of a longer-range missile termed ULMS-2, which was to achieve twice the range of the existing Poseidon missile. System. In addition to longer range missile, a larger submarine was proposed to replace the Lafayette, James Madison, and Benjamin Franklin class SSBNs in 1978. The ULMS Missile 2 system was designed to be retrofitted to the existing SSBNs while also being fitted to the proposed Ohio class submarine. In May 1972, the term ULMS-2 was replaced with Trident. The Trident was to be a larger, higher performance missile with a range capacity greater than 6,000 miles. Trident 1 is designated as C4, was deployed in 1979 and retired in 2005. Its objective was to achieve performance similar to Poseidon C3, but at extended range. Trident 2, designated D5, had the objective of improved circular error probable CEP or accuracy, and was first developed in 1990 and was planned to be in service for the 30-year life of submarines until 2027. Trident missiles are provided to the UK under the terms of the 1963 Polaris Sales Agreement, which was modified in 1982 for Trident. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher wrote to President Carter on July 10, 1980 to request that he approve supply of Trident 1 missiles. However, in 1982, Thatcher wrote to President Reagan to request the UK be allowed to procure the Trident 2 system, the procurement of which had been accelerated by the U.S. Navy. This was agreed upon in March 1982. Under the agreement, the UK paid an additional 5% of their total procurement cost of $2.5 billion to the U.S. government as a research and development contribution. The total cost of the Trident program this far came to $39.56 billion in 2011, with a cost of $70 million per missile. In 2009, the U.S. upgraded the D5 missiles with arming fusion and firing AF&F system that allows them to target hardened silos and bunkers more accurately. Then it goes on to describe, the description and whatnot. And if I'm going too fast for y'all, let me know, please. I do glance at the chat every once in a while. But what a lot of people don't realize is the Ohio class submarines was they originally started manufacturing them in Kings Bay, Georgia, which is like less than 100 miles from where I live. And that worries me because it is actually on Russia's nuclear target for the U.S. I mean, it would make sense. ICBM missile is a missile with a minimum range of 5,500 kilometers, 3,400 miles, primarily designed for nuclear weapons delivery, delivering one or more thermonuclear warheads. Similarly, conventional chemical and biological weapons can also be delivered with varying effectiveness, but have never been deployed on ICBMs. Most modern designs support multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. Whew, that was a mouthful. Allowing a single missile to carry several warheads, each which can strike different targets. India, Russia, the US, North Korea, China, and the UK and France are the only countries that have ICBMs. I understand that, Mountain Grandma. Yes, ma'am, Sister Marie, I don't mind reading it all. Early ICBMs had limited precision, which made them suitable for use only against the largest targets, such as cities. They were seen as a safe basing operation, one that would keep a deterrent force close to home, where it would be a difficult task, be difficult to attack. Sorry, attacks against military targets, especially hardened ones, still demanded the use of a more precise man bomber. Second and third generation designs, such as the LGM 118 Peacekeeper, dramatically improved accuracy to the point where small point targets can successfully be attacked. I'm surprised too, I really am. I agree, Sister Marie. ICBMs are differentiated by having greater range and speed than other ballistic missiles. Intermediate range ballistic missiles, medium range ballistic missiles, short range ballistic missiles, and tactical ballistic missiles. Short and medium range ballistic missiles are known collectively as the theater ballistic missiles. And then this is back in reference to what was discussed yesterday. Russia did seize Ukrainian nuclear plant as forces laid siege to cities. But y'all see, you know, it seems to, you know, be getting worse, a lot worse. Right, stars, I don't like seeing them cry either. Alright, let's shut that down. Leave. Alright, shut that. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. You know, none of us know the future. But I'm going to share the videos that I said I was going to share with y'all. I will.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow.
I actually meant to show that at the beginning. But I thought y'all would get a kick out of this.
How do we get to the place where, Putin decides he's going to just invade Russia? Nothing like this has happened since World War II.
One more time.
How do we get to the place where, Putin decides he's going to just invade Russia? Nothing like this has happened since World War II.
Come on, guys. You know, that man's in charge of our country. All right. Now this one right here gave me chills, and it's off subject, but
To be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget.
right, Monique? So do I, stars. And I mean, as you can see, I found that on TikTok. I'll be right back, guys. Mine too, Randall. There is one, and you can look it up on YouTube. Um, Lee Greenwood does one with it's people from from the military, and I'm talking about it. It gives me chills. I had to come back here so I could plug my phone up, and it was fully charged when I started this stream. But yeah, I'm so glad that you got to go. Hey, Miss Ghetto, how are you, hon? Oh, that's sweet, stars. Right? Oh, how if you want to, you can send it to me, and when I go live Sunday, I'll share it if you want me to. I'm doing good, Miss Ghetto. I can't complain too much. I did go to the doctor yesterday, and um, I'm probably fixing to have to go on um, medicine for my cholesterol. but we're trying diet and exercise for 3 months before we try the medicine. I hear you there, Miss Ghetto. I've still got to work tomorrow, but I am off Sunday. And I was on work Sunday, but I switched it to tomorrow. Ooh, I'm not sure there either, Ohio. Not unless you maybe can share it by email, but you got any shorter ones? Thank you, Miss Ghetto. I love you too. I'm gonna give it to the hour and a half mark because I know Tribe's live and there's a lot of other content creators live. And y'all know I try not to step on any toes, but y'all know how that is. Yeah, Ohio, it might be where you could do like a premiere here on YouTube or through StreamYard. I'm still learning how to do all the editing. But I thank God every day for Hutch, telling me how to, improve on my videos and whatnot. You guys don't realize how much I appreciate everybody in this community. I'll definitely let you know, Stars. I probably won't be tonight because I've still got to sit down and um write out my situation for the ladies. Would you be interested in coming on panel Sunday, Stars, in Ohio? And Susanna, if you're still in here, Susanna. Oh, yeah. I had actually never heard of them until you mentioned them yesterday. Sounds good, Ohio. About the situation, the ladies' situational panel on scenarios. I don't blame you, Ohio. I would have been too. Cool. You definitely welcome to join us. You always welcome on my panel. I don't know what's got me where I'm always so tired. It don't matter how much sleep I get anymore. And we love you too, Stars. Uh, Probably so, Monique. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do worry about it. Right, Miss Sharon? And Monique, you want to come up on panel with us as well? It is, Miss Sharon. It really and truly is. I'm not even going to lie, some nights I just have to excuse my chat, myself out of chat now, and, go just read or play a game or something. You know as good as I do, you'll do awesome, Ohio. I agree, Miss Sharon. Some days, we just have to pray to God, that He allows us to have peace and that He will put that hedge of protection around us. And guys, if y'all have any questions about what I went over today, feel free to email me. I now have the right email in my info section. Tiger, if you're still listening, if you don't mind, email me. And like Miss Sharon said, prep for the worst and pray for the best. Y'all know I always say stay prepped up and stay prayed up. God can bring us through the worst of situations. But we are at the hour and a half mark, just about it. We got 20 seconds. You good, Miss Monique. But I'm going to play this little blurb that Hutch helped me out with. Once again, giving him a shout.
All units, mount up.
Sorry, I love that. But I love you guys. Y'all go check out Tribe. The rest of the guys, see where Dusty just dropped another video. So y'all be sure to check out everybody, and I will see y'all at 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon Eastern. You can always mount up, Monique. You know. Y'all welcome. I love you guys, and I will see if I don't see y'all in the chats. You know, tonight or tomorrow, I will see y'all Sunday. Love you guys.